They said Iran wouldn't dare. They said the strikes had crippled their capabilities. They said diplomacy might still have a chance. They were wrong. 24 hours. That's all it took for the Middle East to cross into uncharted territory. The same cities that witnessed dawn breaking over Israeli jets heading toward Iranian nuclear facilities were about to experience something no one had prepared for. The warning signs were there, but nobody wanted to read them. Emergency meetings in Tehran that stretched through the night. Military commanders who had survived the Israeli strikes issuing statements that sounded less like politics and more like promises. The supreme leader's silence, always the most dangerous kind of communication from Iran. Then came the moment that changed everything again. At approximately 9:47 p.m. local time, air raid sirens began wailing across Israel. Not the usual brief alerts that residents had grown accustomed to during the Gaza conflict, these were the sustained, bone-chilling sounds that meant something unprecedented was incoming. Iranian missiles hit cities across Israel, including near Haifa and Tel Aviv, killing several people. But this wasn't just retaliation. This was Iran demonstrating that Israel's crippling strikes had done anything but cripple them. Iran claimed it launched hundreds of ballistic missiles as part of a crushing response. The scenes from both nations tell a story of escalation spiraling beyond anyone's control. In Tel Aviv, Israeli troops evacuate residents from damaged buildings following Iran's retaliatory missile strikes, which destroyed numerous buildings and damaged vehicles. Meanwhile, a massive blaze was seen in southern Tehran as Israel said it conducted strikes over the Iranian capital. Here's what makes this moment so terrifying. The Iranian and Israeli strikes mark the most sustained, direct attacks ever between the two rivals. We're not talking about proxy warfare or shadow operations anymore. This is two nuclear-capable nations exchanging direct fire on each other's territory. The casualty count tells the story of how quickly this has escalated. Iran's UN envoy said 78 people, including senior military officials, were killed in Israel's strikes on Iran, and more than 320 people were wounded, most of them civilians. 3 died in Israel during Iran's response. But here's the detail that should make everyone pause. The Israeli airstrikes against Iran's nuclear program were carried out by over 200 fighter jets, including multiple F-35I Adir. This wasn't a surgical strike. This was a full-scale military operation designed to permanently disable Iran's nuclear capabilities. And Iran's response? Iran has said tonight's counterattack on Israel will be 20 times stronger than Friday's missile attack.
Think about that for a moment.
If what we witnessed over the past 48 hours, with missiles raining down on major Israeli cities and Israeli jets striking the heart of Tehran, if that was just the opening act, what exactly does 20 times stronger look like? The diplomatic landscape that existed just 3 days ago has been obliterated as thoroughly as any building hit by these strikes. Trump's nuclear negotiations with Iran, dead on arrival. The careful balance of power that kept this conflict contained to proxies and shadows, shattered. We're watching two nations that have spent decades threatening each other finally make good on those threats. And unlike their previous confrontations, there's no clear off-ramp, no face-saving compromise that allows both sides to step back from the brink. The most chilling part isn't what's already happened. It's what's promised for tonight. Iran's threat of a response 20 times stronger isn't empty rhetoric. It's a nation with its nuclear facilities burning, its military commanders dead, and its regional prestige on the line. Tomorrow, we'll examine what 20 times stronger could actually mean, and why the next 48 hours might determine whether this becomes a regional war or something far worse.